William Henry Armfield was one of 10 children born to John Armfield and Eliza Wright in Mittagong, New South Wales. By the time of his enlistment, aged 21, William was living and working in Eumundi.
Eumundi was a very tight community. They socialised together, they used to have tennis parties, horse racing, picnics. A lot of them married within the families, and that was going to be the case with William. Donnelly was one of the major builders of the area, and William worked for him and struck up a friendship with his daughter Cecily, and they became engaged before he left.
William signed up in 1916, and after 6 months of basic training in Australia and a 4-month sea voyage, he finally arrived in England on the 9th of December.
Poor William got a really good dose of gonorrhea on New Year's Eve in London, that he fainted once when the treatment was being done to him. Very painful, embarrassing, and he was out of action for a long time. Oh, it was months. Yeah. But you know what is surprising? People don't realise how little time they actually spent in the war.
And so it was for William, who was discharged in April 1917 to complete his training, but by late June was being segregated for an unspecified contagious disease. William's first experience of combat occurred 18 months after he signed up in the Western Front trenches of Westhook Ridge in September 1917. But a month later, William was once more out of action, this time with trench foot.
The foot actually decomposes on your body, and that was really caused by mud and dampness and them not being able to keep their feet dry. And when they were on the front, they were in deplorable conditions. Trenches that were half filled with mud and water and rats decomposing bodies around them.
Perhaps it was this near-death grisly experience that led William to go AWOL for a week in the January, a 7-day slice of heaven that cost him 20 days of heavy labouring field punishment, before rejoining his unit in the field in France mid-March. Weeks later, on the 5th of April 1918, William was dead. Killed in action by a trench mortar, he was killed instantly, and his body was never found.
When he died, Cecily was totally bereft, and she was instrumental in pushing for him to have his name put on the memorial plaques for the tree for his memory. So when William Armfield died, well, there was more than 2 futures killed, because there was hers and his parents. It was just tragic, the way the war affected families in this country.